My name's Mike Drinkwalter. I'm the bass player for Gone Stereo. I grew up just outside of Buffalo, New York, in a small town called Lockport, and now I live in Garden City, right here in lovely Long Island. I have 3 kids, and they're wonderful.
3 kids, that's a lot. Anytime you get past 2 hands, I think that's like troublesome. So I stopped at 2. But with that being said, like, what do you think's the most rock and roll thing about you, and what do you think is the most dad thing about you?
Well, it's a pretty unique situation, Dan, because I'm actually a stepfather. So having the kids was new to me about 10 years ago. So they were all little guys. Never thought I would not be a punk rock and roll type of fella and a parent, but here I am as the universe dictates. So what is the most rock and roll thing about me? I mean, I would say, listen, everywhere I go, I listen to music. I you know, as a dad and an older fella now, quote unquote, I run a lot to keep in shape, but I only run to listen to music. I go in my car, I listen to music. I've exposed the kids to music. I play bass every single day of the week to keep my chops going. So, you know, it's interesting how it becomes that.
I don't think there's a difference between a stepfather and a dad. We'll wait for the train to pass. All right, so like again, like I was saying, I don't think there's any difference between a stepfather or a dad. I think it's actually more admirable. Is that the word? Like for like a person to step in and take on that father figure.
Yeah, man.
And it puts you in a weird position where, like, you know, like, oh, do I discipline him? Do I not discipline him? But I think if we go down that road, that's something like we should do in studio. It warrants a way more attention than that. But if there's something you could change for your kids, like in the future without any restrictions, what would you change?
Wow, that's a really good question. What would I change for my kids without any restrictions in the future? I think, you know, there's a lot of things happening with the media, the government, and what is pushed out there as cool or desirable. I would like to see our world get a little less materialistic, to really get back to the basics, to get the kids less inclined to want stuff and to do stuff.
What is like a highlight of your music career, and what do you think is like a highlight of your parenting career?
Oh, man. Both great questions. Highlight of my music career, I mean, just being in it. I gotta be honest, man. When I hooked up with Gone Stereo, I was in a stage of my life where I hadn't been playing music for about 13 years. I grew up playing music and doing things. When I was in high school, I was in like a hardcore band, all the things. Had to stop for a while because I became a quote-unquote adult. And I was just playing my bass, doing my thing in my house, doing nothing. And I honestly thought I was done performing, playing out, writing music, and actually doing that. So the fact that I'm even in a punk rock band as a 49-year-old dude, that to me is a huge accomplishment. And listen, I mean, we're in a different phase of our life than we were. We're not in it for the money. We're not in it for the glory. We just do it because we love it, and it's a great thing to do, and it keeps me sane. So there's that. So parenting career, I think, you know, one of the greatest accomplishments I've seen is just watching these kids go from little guys to like really good people. Everybody's got their nuances, their things. It's great to see the way these kids behave in front of others. They're very polite, very kind. And our eldest is going to Penn State next year.
That's crazy.
And that's awesome.
That's awesome. That's wild. And I understand what you're saying about the growth, and like when parents like us talk about like our kids being polite, people like, oh, you want them to be obedient, and it's like, no, I'm happy that my kids are being kind to the world because that's what I want. I want a better world for them, and you can't be a better world if you just don't say hi to your neighbor.
Absolutely.
What is in store for Gone Stereo? What do you think is upcoming for you and your band?
Well, I'll tell you, we're going to put out a full-length album. So that's something we're working on. It's really cool. You know, we've done some singles, we've done EPs. It's good to really kind of put your head together. I think you're going to see music that's a little different than what you're accustomed to seeing in the past from Gone Stereo. And yeah, we'd love to do a tour. As parents, it's a little hard to do anything crazy, so weekenders things, but you know, we're focused on some festivals next year. We just got to line it up.
And my final question is, are you happy?
Couldn't be happier, my friend. And I'm very happy to sit here and talk to you today. This is great. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for your time, and I appreciate your honesty. Thank you.
Anytime, Dan. Thank you.